beautiful. I think this is, what is this, 8? I never know, because I've taken all the time in between to type the, title and all that kind of stuff. I forget where I'm at. Where was I at? Oh yeah, so it was cold outside, and they had all went to go get warm, and then it was just like me, Kaylee, and the beautiful girl standing out there, and then, I started, what am I call it? What am I call it? I started, just, like, I was like, oh my god, I'm not going to meet her, I'm not going to, I don't even know why I keep saying meet, because I think of meeting like when you're like, hi, I'm Sophia, hi, I'm Mariska. Running up to somebody, like, let me get a picture, and then running off, I don't really consider that meeting, but anyway, so I was just like, oh, I'm not going to get my selfie, and I was like, oh, my heart loops are stupid, like, the box is all crunched up, and she's going to think I'm ghetto. And I also brought the, action clapper thing, and I was like, I'm just going to get rid of this stuff, and then so Megan was like, well, if you get rid of it, I'll take the clapper. So I gave Megan the clapper, and I had called my friend Jess, and I was like, listen, I'm giving up, like, I'm not giving her these stupid heart loops, they're dumb, like, the box is all smashed up, and everybody thinks I'm crazy anyway, my family be making fun of me, and all this kind of stuff. She's like, girl, if you don't give her the heart loops, I'm gonna smack you, and she said something like that, and so I was like, alright, okay, so then, like, they had told us she wasn't going to be out there for, like, 2 hours. So, of course, we're like, oh, my God, like, this is going to be 2 hours. But it had been, like, maybe 45 minutes or something, and Mariska comes back. Now, before Mariska came back, alright, so y'all remember, she came out, and, like, when she asked us, we all got in the line, and then, like, we were taking our pictures in the line. It was, like, fine. It was good. It was, like, it was a good-sized group of us, but we were orderly and fantastic. So, yeah, but we were orderly and fantastic, so it, like, worked out. So all of a sudden, like, when it's getting closer to time, we're like, we don't know if somebody has paged their goon squad or, like, what happened, but all these people started showing up. I got terrified because I was like, they're going to mob her, and I'm not going to get my picture, and I'm not going to be able to give her this stuff. And I was like, this is some stuff. This is heavy stuff I'm carrying around. It ain't like a little bit of stuff. So I'm like, I'm asking the one guy, I'm like, listen, I might not get to meet Mariska or whatever. Can you give this to her? He's like, no. I'm like, can I leave it on her trailer steps? He's like, if you want to do that. I'm like, why y'all being so weird? Like, but I guess that's what they have to do. They have to be, like, on it. They can't be, like, nice. You know, oh, but this girl is so nice, because you never know, bitches are crazy. So, like, they probably know, oh, she's so sweet, and then I'm, like, a crazy person or something, so they have to be, like, with everybody, no, you can't do nothing, we ain't telling you nothing, we ain't saying nothing to you, we don't even know who Mariska is, you know, they gotta put that on. So I'm like, alright, cool, whatever. So, like I said, I'm freaking out, I'm losing faith. I'm like, this is a bust, like everybody else. I didn't even get a selfie. I was like, I could have at least got a selfie, you know. So then, Mariska and Peter come out around, like, the same time. And, so they come out, and Mariska's so cute. So they come out, and she, like, says something to him kind of under her breath, like, I know he was coming out to this, like, something like that. Because it was a mob, like, a legit mob, and I was like, this is not going to work. So she gets bum rushed, of course. And then I'm kind of like, I think, no, Ice-T came out first, is who came out. And so we're trying to get our pictures and stuff, and, like, we were waiting to get our pictures, and I was trying to get my picture with him and my friend Kaylee. I had, like, pushed her in. I was like, you can get your picture. So she got her picture, and then I went, and I took my picture, and then he left. Then Mariska and Peter came out. Then, like, it was like a mob scene. But see what happened with Ice-T was, like, he was taking the picture. They was like, alright, that's enough. He was like, no, I'll take a couple. So he, like, took some, so I ended up getting mine, because I was about to not get it, because they was like, no, you got it back. And I was like, you know, so that happened. Then, so yeah, Mariska and Peter come out, and she said the thing to him, and then, like, they come, and then, like, this one woman, probably Mariska's age, maybe, and, she just, like, kind of, she jumped up in that joint, like a ninja, and was like, got her selfie, and was like, and, like, left. I was like, where did you fly here? Like, where did you come from? Huh? Then all these other random people were going, and then so we're crowding Mariska, and then I'm feeling bad, because I don't want to crowd her, and I don't like doing that kind of stuff to her, and I'm weird about it, and I know I'm a fan and all that kind of stuff, but there's some limits that I have personally. I'm like, this is bad, I don't want to be one of these people, like, I don't want to be, like, the person that's all, like, like, on her, so I'm like, oh my god. And so then, me and this girl, like, go to hand her our phones at the same time. Mariska's like, alright, one at a time, so of course, I pulled my phone back, because that's just who I am. So, And then the other beautiful girl that was there, I wanted her to get one because she came from like Scotland or something like that. And I was like, you like, come on, she's coming from Scotland. I'm coming from Pennsylvania. And yes, I'm broken. I can't always get there, but she's coming from Scotland. Like, oh my God, get your picture, woman. Like, come on. So, and then, so I went to take my picture, and before this happened, like, the girl offered to help me. So she's like, here. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to take my picture and hold all this stuff. She's like, here, I'll hold some of this stuff for you, right? So she's holding some of the stuff. So, I hand Mariska my phone after the other girl did it, and y'all saw the picture when she's grabbing the phone holding my hand, and she's looking at me, yes. And then we ended up taking our selfie, and then like she was like, okay, I think she took like one more after that. She was like, okay guys, I really gotta go. So like she's starting to go into her trailer, and then so I handed her, like, I'm just like, here you go. So I'm handing her the 2 books. They're like on top of each other. I'm like, here you go, Mariska. And then my friend had the beautiful girl, the model from Scotland, I think it was, had the Hargaloops and the letter from Jory. And she's like, here, this stuff too. And I'm like, oh my God, yes. So Mariska takes, she's like, oh, thanks guys, thanks so much, thank you guys. And she goes in and the door shuts. All of a sudden, like magic, the crowd disappears. I'm like, this is, did you, ah! So I'm like, this is craziness. I'm like, whatever. So the crowd leaves, and then I'm jumping around like a monkey. I'm like, oh my God, like, yes, I got my selfie, and I gave her the stuff, so I can like breathe now, and I can go get warm because I'm freezing cold. But then like at that moment when I was jumping around and freaking out, I didn't have time to feel cold. Like, I didn't even realize how cold I was. So let me tell y'all, this is where, okay y'all, this is where it happened, and I lost my mind. Okay, so Mariska burst out her trailer like she was trying to get a perp. Boom! Bust the trailer open. And she's like, who did Hargaloops? Bruh, I almost died, y'all. I had a legit heart attack, for real. Heart stroke, whatever you want to call it. I was like, me! It was me! It was almost like that thing from that one movie that I never saw when the chick be like, I volunteer. It was almost something like that. Like, I came running through the crowd, and I was like, it was me. I just Hargaloops. I was like freaking out. And so I guess she kind of figured I was going to want to take a picture with it. So she like started posing with the box, and she did like the thumbs up. But I'm video recording. My phone's not working because I'm freaking out. My fingers are shaking, and I can't get the phone to work, and I'm trying to like video record it. So I had a whole conversation with her before like the video actually started recording. And I was like, oh my God, Mariska, like, I love you so much. And I was like, and there's like Harga everything. There's Harga leather, and there's Harga this. And I'm like talking to her about it. And she's like, yeah, she's like the whole Harga thing. And she's like the Harga leather and the Harga pants. And like, we're talking about it. And then like the video finally started recording. And then so she's actually like trying to go. And so this other guy who was like waiting there to get some pictures signed, he's like handing her the pictures, and she's like signing them. And I'm talking to her, and as if busting the trailer door open and saying who did Hargaloops wasn't sign enough. I'm like, do you really like that? And she's like, I love Hargaloops. It's my favorite cereal. And y'all can hear me in the video. I'm like laughing like an idiot because I can't like, and I'm like, oh my God, and there's Hardy Gum, and there's this, and she's like, alright guys, thanks. You know, I'm like, okay, she probably thinks like I'm a nutcase at this point. But I was so excited, like I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh my God, does she love the Hargaloops? And I'm like freaking out. And then, like, she shut the door, and so the trailer door closes, and I'm like, yeah! Like, start screaming. I'm jumping up and down the sidewalk. I'm like, she's on the Hargaloops! Like, I'm going crazy. I call my friend. I'm like, oh my God, she's getting Hargaloops! And I'm, like, freaking out, and I call my friends. I'm like, where are you guys at? Because it's freaking cold, and I want to make sure I die. And I don't really remember anything else that was happening because I was on such a cloud. I was like, oh my God, like I was freaking out. And then like my friends told me where they were, and I like part of me started running to them. Then I like kind of slowed down, and I kind of walked, and then so like we went in, and then I sit down, and they're like eating food and stuff. And I had been starving. Like earlier I've been talking about I was starving and everything. I couldn't eat. So they're like, what you want to eat? I'm like, I don't know. Oh my God, I just saw Mariska, and she loved the Hargaloops, and the Hargaloops, and Mariska said Hargaloops, and she said Hargaloops out her mouth, and she loved Hargaloops, and it's her favorite cereal, and Mariska was holding it, and she had bust out the trailer, and my sentences weren't making sense, and I probably looked like a babbling idiot, but I didn't care because Mariska loved Hargaloops, and they were her favorite cereal, and she bust out the trailer, and so I was like, oh my God, this really happened to me, it's real life. I was like freaking out, so I had cranberry juice, and I was so like amped up that like we were about to leave, and I was like, oh my God, I gotta pay for my cranberry juice. Like I paid for my cranberry juice, and then we left, and we went back to the hotel. But again, we are approaching the 10-minute mark, so I have to stop it here, and then I'm gonna tell you more. I'm hoping that this is almost like I hope, because I don't want you guys to be like, oh my God, girl, like, can you shut up? But I mean, I figured you guys wanted to know, and just talking about it makes me so excited. So yeah, I'm off to part 9.